3 ASX stocks that you should look to add to your portfolio this November. It's coming up to the end of the year and we're about to head into November. A big event we will see in November that will shake up world markets worldwide is the US presidential election. It's going to be an interesting time on the ASX, so I have 3 fairly defensive stocks that I think are a good pick for November heading into all the volatility. Now these are some larger blue chip stocks which I don't usually go into, however I think their defensive nature is going to do well over the volatility that we're going to see this month, and I think they're going to outperform over some smaller caps. So these are 3 stocks that I think have a great risk to reward ratio, have a limited downside, and that I would rate a buy in November. Let's get into it. The first stock I think is a buy is everybody's favorite milk company, A2 Milk, ticker A2M. One of my favorite growth shares is this fresh milk and infant formula company. I think its shares could generate strong returns for investors over the next few years thanks largely to the increasing demand for its infant formula products in the massive Chinese market. I expect this growing demand and its strong pricing power to underpin above average earnings growth once the pandemic passes and trading conditions normalize. Now we have seen a huge reduction from the $20 down to the $14 that A2 Milk is now. However, I think that comes down to 2 main reasons. The first one was a lot of directors unloading their shares over the last few weeks, which wasn't a good look for the company and spooked investors, and they too started to unload a lot of their shares. The second reason was seeing a slow in the growth in some of their channels in China. However, I think this is just related to the pandemic and it is just a temporary issue. I think A2 Milk shares are going to outperform over the next few years. This is just a passing difficulty that they will overcome. So I would rate them a buy, and I think they are an attractive proposition at the $14 they're currently at. The second stock on my list is Cochlear, ticker COH. I think you should consider buying Cochlear because I think the global developer, manufacturer and distributor of cochlear implantable devices for the hearing impaired has very strong long-term growth potential. Thanks to its market-leading position in a market that has very high barriers to entry and increasingly positive tailwinds, I expect Cochlear to benefit from aging populations across the globe and the share price to outperform over the next few years as well. A huge tailwind over the next few years, I believe, is going to be aging populations around the globe. Unfortunately, hearing loss is a part of growing old. A growing number of over 65s globally can only be a good thing for the company, in my opinion, as more people suffer from hearing loss and need the products that Cochlear provides. Thus, I would rate these guys a great buy. Look for any good opportunity over November to load up on this share. The third stock on my list is Electro Optic Systems. This one is a bit more risky for those with a higher risk appetite. However, I think it could prove to offer superior returns over the bigger market cap companies. Electro Optic Systems is Australia's largest aerospace entity. It's also the largest defence exporter in the Southern Hemisphere, focusing on defence, space and communications technology. It is currently my favourite defence play on the ASX at the moment. Key applications of EOS include telescopes and dome enclosures, laser satellite tracking systems and fire control systems. As international borders start to reopen and geopolitical tensions around the globe rise, I think this Australian-based defence stock can provide good returns over the next few years. The defence contractor is working towards clearing its over $600 million worth of backlog products, and in my opinion, this in turn could lead to Electro Optic share price to dramatically rise. Additionally, with the unrest and volatility that the US presidential elections will provide, I think we'll see a flow of money towards defence stocks, and I think the EOS share price may benefit from this over November, and that is why I would rate it a buy for this month. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 picks for November. Those are the stocks I think are going to be good buys and that I think are going to outperform. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Let me know if I'm missing a good stock or a good opportunity in the comments. Before you decide to buy or sell any stock, please do your own research. Now these are 3 higher market cap stocks, a little bit more blue chip. I normally focus on smaller cap stocks, so I will be making a video on my top 3 picks in the smaller cap space. Be on the lookout for that. these stocks are going to be a little bit more risky, but I think they'll also provide a little bit more upside. Also, let me know in the comments who you have for the election, if it's going to be Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I think it's going to be a very close one. It'll be interesting to watch and interesting to see how the markets react. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Consider subscribing. I release a lot of finance and stock related content, and I will catch you guys for the next video.